you are on.
Well,
Are
hello,
you on the
everybody.
internet?
Hi, dearies. This is your Grandma Wrinkly, and we're here to play some Donkey Kong Country 3. I heard it was a terrible game, but I just wanted to prove that that wasn't right. So, Grandma's here to show y'all that it is not right. I'm here to prove that this game is great.
And we're gonna raise some money for Starlight in the meantime.
It's,
Wow, that
Yes.
sounds like an awesome charity.
Oh, are we all talking like this?
I'm game to talk like this, I reckon.
All right. Well, so my name's Clankit. I think I gotta change my name to got some twang in it, so I'm Clankit now. Who else we got here?
I'm Frosty right here. I use they, them pronouns.
oh,
And Dino left us, so I guess he's not here.
so I guess that just leaves little old me, little.
Did you want me to not leave? I was following the instructions, and the instructions said leave. That's what it said on my checklist. The last step was please leave.
Please don't make a dynamic exit.
So we're here to raise some money for Starlight. We have some fun incentives today for Wrinkly Kong here, which is for a $15 donation to Starlight. Wrinkly Kong will do a Tabasco jelly bean. Do you want to talk to us about that?
They're really horrible, but I'm willing to do anything for charity because this stream is for Starlight, and you are on Zeldathon's Banana Slamma, and we are raising money for children's hospitals to get cool stuff to play, to enjoy, and so we're here raising money. And so if you want to see me do pain for charity, I am all for that.
And if you're a fan of Zeldathon, you know how much I like dancing. Well, guess what? If we get to $6,000 total, we're gonna have some special jazzercise, I hear.
What's jazzercise?
Has fun dancing with exercising, and I'm wearing spandex for it.
Oh,
Wrinkly Kong went and got her an athletic outfit, and she ready to go.
Well, I'm ready for that.
I can't wait for Wrinkly Kong to tell us all about her dance moves.
Oh, it's amazing. The dance moves I got, they gonna make Cranky Kong proud.
Wait, we had a donation in here, but it disappeared. I can't remember who it was from, but it was a $10 or $20 donation. So thank you.
Thank you for that donation. Thank you.
I don't know how to go back and see previous donations either, so we're just gonna... Can I turn myself up? I sure can. I think. Maybe.
Cheeky Zella, that was your donation? Well, thank you for your donation to Starlight Children's Foundation. Clinket, can you tell me a little bit about what's on your mind for Starlight Children's Foundation?
Yeah. So, Starlight, they bring joy and fun activities. In the hospital, it's not so much fun. There's not so much to do. Sometimes you gotta wait. So what Starlight does is they make fun outfits for these kids to wear. They get them cool activities like playing that Nintendo. You ever played that Nintendo?
Oh man, Wrinkly Kong here's playing all that Nintendo.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. Don't tell Cranky, because he'll come take it away from me.
Oh, Cranky doesn't like Nintendo.
Oh, he does, but he'll never let me have it back, because I'll never see it again, because he'll be on it all the time. That's why I send him down to Swanky's. He's over there at Swanky's big top tent over there playing some games over there. I got him busy with that, so he'll leave my system alone.
Is he all about that Dreamcast?
So, who's this baby on the screen?
Kitty Kong?
Oh yeah, who's Kitty Kong?
Oh, he's the cutest little thing, but bless his heart, he's so clumsy. He's just so clumsy. But he's one of our Konglings. You know, I married to Wrinkly Kong after the Donkey Kong Jr. had grew up, so I didn't get to raise him. But now I'm raising the grandbabies. And this is one of my grandbabies, and Dixie Kong is one of my grandbabies too, and they're just the sweetest. But you know, they need some help from old Grandma Wrinkly, so I'm here to guide them.
Well, that just makes me tear up. So sweet of you.
Does anyone else see like the sprite for the feet? It looks kind of weird.
Yeah. That's a onesie.
You just got them their tiny feet.
Well, gravy. We're having lots of donations, lots of dosh for charity here.
Oh, we sure do. All right. Toothless donated $20 Tabasco jelly beans.
Oh, I gotta get them ready. Yeah. How many donations?
You sure do, because we got several.
You got a whole palava of them.
Oh, goodness gravy. All right.
Perhaps we undercharged for this. All right.
Yes.
We got 6 of them. Beans donated $15. Says eat the bean. Brother Aaron donated $15. Says spice it up. Yo Deej donated $15. Says this run is bananas. Hannah Beth another $20 says Tabasco jelly beans. Good gravy. And my Pam also $20 and says good luck Grandma Dr. Pepper Gamer. Show us youngins how it's done.
How many jelly beans is that? I've done lost count.
6. That's 6. Oh, and we hit our jazzercise goal.
Really?
Boy.
Really?
Already 6K.
Let me get the jelly.
All it took was a little elbow grease.
All right. Well, I guess it's time for some. Once we do you want a jazzercise first or bean first?
Let's get the beans out of the way because then I can
those
dance
beans
the
will get you
pain
the
away.
energy chase, guys.
I
While you're counting out those beans, you mind lowering the donation sounds a tad?
Oh yeah.
People really be throwing their money all loud like.
Okay.
And I believe we had a. Well, you know what? We'll get to the stretch goal after in a little bit. We'll get there in a little bit.
Oh.
You
Okay.
mean there's more?
There's more.
There's
Well,
more. All right. So 6 jelly beans. Monkeys can't count. Okay. If they could, they would know that their bananas have been missing forever. So that's 6 jelly beans, right?
Sure is.
Okay. And just to prove, it's a whole package of jelly beans and they're Tabasco flavored, and I don't. But for charity, we're willing to do anything.
We're getting the facial expressions a little bit.
Oh my.
How you feeling?
Spicy. Spicy.
Spicy.
So shall we jazzercise now or later?
Well, sounds like we hit the goal now.
All
if you're
right.
feeling ready. If not, if you'd rather play a little bit, if you need a minute.
Nope. This is good. Let's go ahead and get our jazzercise ready. Grandma's ready. Let me go ahead and take these headphones off. I'm not going to have my headphones on, so I won't be able to hear you, but I will be here. So let's get ready. We're going to stand up and we're going to take our scarf off and we're going to stand up. And I want everybody to stand up with me. And now we're going to start. You're going to pick up your barrel and you're going to throw it. Pick up your barrel and throw it. Make Cranky Kong proud. Pick up your barrel and throw it. Throw your barrel. All right, now we gonna get ready. We're gonna do Wrinkly Kong's famous climb with Pauline. We're gonna climb with Pauline. You gotta put Pauline on your shoulder. And we're gonna climb with Pauline. You gotta climb with Pauline. Up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Why was he with Pauline anyways? Wait a darn minute now. He's married to me. Why was he worrying about some Pauline? Never mind. Wrinkly, Focus. This is jazzercise. We can't be worrying about old things in the past. That was 40 years ago, honey. Pauline ain't got nothing on this. Pauline ain't got nothing on this. I'm telling y'all. She ain't got nothing. All right. Now we're going to do the swanky. Swanky, do the swanky hands. Swanky hands. You know, Swanky was from the circus, and he's like a show monkey, so you guys do jazz hands. Gotta do them
I'm doing
jazz hands. Come on now.
You doing them at home, chat? Let's go.
My hands
Jazz
feel so
hands.
swanky.
Now, all right, here's our favorite part. My granddaughter, Dixie, learned them hair flips from me, so we gotta shake her hair. Come on, everybody, shake your hair. Shake your hair. Come on, throw your hair. Don't throw it off too much though, because this is a new wig, and I don't want to lose that. You know how hard it is to find a wig that's very nice and permed? It's hard. Amazon made it really difficult for me. All right, now let's go. Walking like the Kongs. Walk like a Kong. Come on, everybody. Walk like a Kong.
Swing your arms.
Walk
Swing
like
your
a
arms.
Kong. All right. Now get ready. We're gonna throw our barrel again. Throw the barrel. Barrel up. Throw the barrel. Pick your barrel up. Throw the barrel. There you go. Now you got it now. Come on. Kong on, everybody. Gotta be them Kongs, you know. We gotta give them power and everything. We're sitting here raising money for Starlight. Excitement. And they gotta give these Kongs all their banana power. I also have a banana. All right. Pill, you're a banana. Pill, you're a banana. Pill the banana. You gotta do this with me. Get up, everybody. You gotta do this with me. I know it's 2 a.m. for some of y'all, but we gotta go. Let's go. All right. Good job, everybody. I think Wrinkly has busted enough of a move. I think I threw my old hip out. I just bought this hip on Amazon as well.
They sell hips on Amazon.
Phew, good grief, Wrinkly. I ain't ever seen anyone who does his moves good as you.
I gotta take my shawl off and everything. I done got warm.
Hey, Wrinkly, before we get back to the game, do you mind turning down the donations just another notch or two? We're almost there.
All right. There we go. Woo!
If someone wants to donate again so we can test now, that'd be good. Oh, and we did get one more bean once you're ready.
Oh.
We had a $20 donation from Osiris saying bean.
Bean.
So, incentives. What do you think, Frosty Dino? What do we want to set the stretch goal at?
I don't know. I'm feeling that this chat room, senior chat room, likes to scrap and scaver towards the higher amounts. Don't you think so too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
I'd say so.
So how would you reckon something around like 6,200?
Let's go 63.
63. Oh, you're pulling up to higher amounts.
63.
Well, yeah, we're gonna challenge this chat a little bit. We still got 2.5 hours. All right, so 6,300. We're gonna get, what was it? Painting with Wrinkly.
Yeah, we're gonna paint some bananas.
Dude, that gauntlet's being thrown down right for you right now. Hit that 6,300.
Where do you think Diddy Kong got his aim from? Yeah, that's right. That was Wrinkly Kong painting some targets for him.
So I did research, and I did research Jazzercise like last night, and they were going for like 40 minutes. I'm like, there ain't no way. I'm out of shape and in a wig. There ain't no way.
This elephant's really cute.
It is. I can't remember the name of it, but it's super cute. but you can't let it see the rats because it gets scared.
Aw.
So you will hurt yourself trying to run away from the rats.
That elephant right there, that elephant named Jason. That's Jason the elephant.
I like that name. That's a good name. That's a good name for an elephant. It's Ellie.
Oh, I get it. It's short for elephant.
One of them there word plays.
His name is Carl.
Goodness gracious sake.
Hi, everybody.
Oh. That was fast.
Oh, did they do the thing?
Yeah, so, well, we're not quite there, but we did get a big donation in. But first, we did have a $5 donation from McSquishy007. He says, "Man, this is cracking me up. Let's get our jazzercising on. Love you, Dr. Pepper Gamer. Oh, I mean Wrinkly Kong." And Zumba Kong donated $100. Says them moves do be busted.
That means so much coming from somebody who is named, whatever you said that name was. I'm so sorry. I had missed it. I had a hiccup in my ear.
Zumba Kong.
Zumba Kong. Oh, thank you so much. Sorry, these hearing aids ain't what they used to be, and if you didn't notice, I'm wearing double glasses as well. Because I need help seeing.
They'll really be providing them zooming in action. Need them double lenses.
Yeah. How else you gonna see King K. Rool stealing our bananas once again? Which I have a problem now. I have a problem. So, in the first Donkey Kong game, Donkey Kong Country, he stole our bananas and everybody was willing to help for free because we were trying to get the bananas back. Well, when it came to Donkey Kong Country 2, the monkeys wanted money. They didn't want no bananas. They wanted money. And I thought that was highway robbery. Why do I have to pay people $2 to save? That is highway robbery. I'm helping you get your bananas back. I'm feeding your village.
You feed them, provide a roof over their heads, and all they do is just provide some footpad nonsense.
Indeed. Who needs a school?
Did you do that one banana, or not banana, Tabasco jelly bean after Jazzercise?
The one from Osiris?
Yes.
I did. It was very quick.
Did you do one for Zumba Kong?
I did not do one for Zumba Kong. I will definitely do one.
Then we'll be caught up.
We're getting some slander from the chat room. Wrinkly, is this true? You were the one who charged the monkeys for money?
They wanted a college. They wanted a college that taught them things.
College ain't come cheap.
And they still don't know how to spell, but I guess that's my fault too because I don't let them spell.
What do they teach at the college? If they don't
How
teach
to-
spelling.
How to save your game. Because remember, kiddies, stay away from the grave. Always save. And we taught them how to defeat King K. Rool. I gave them how-tos on how to beat him, as well as giving them the rundown on all their little enemies. There we are. We're jazzercising.
I see you in the game.
She does jazzercise in the game. I've never noticed that before.
Don't interrupt me when I'm exercising.
Tell him to stop wasting his money on the Swinky's bonus. I love this text.
This text is gold. Not even gonna lie. There's a part where she asks, because I was studying to be Wrinkly Kong. There's a part where she said, Dixie, now do you see my glasses? I can't seem to find them. I love it. It's just the best.
I feel like this is Kitty Kong, right?
Yes, this is Kitty Kong.
I feel like Kitty Kong skips leg day.
Well,
He's clearly not doing enough jazzercise.
he's clearly not. But also because he's a bigger size baby, because again, when you have babies and you got to buy them the onesies, you got to get a size up or they're just going to outgrow them within the first week. So we had to get a bigger size. That used to be Chunky's onesie, and we think he's going to take after Chunky Kong. Oh, darn them gnats.
Is he the sibling of Chunky?
He's actually the sibling to Funky Kong.
Oh. Is he also your nephew? Are they all your nephews?
Dixie.
Not nephews, sorry, grandchildren.
They are, but only by marriage, because like I said, I didn't raise Donkey Kong Jr. I wasn't in that scene yet. But now I'm helping to raise the grandkids.
Oh, so you weren't wait. Are you related to any of the Kongs?
No, I'm a different species.
Wait, is Cranky related to any of the Kongs?
Yeah, he's their paternal grandfather. Yes.
What happened to their mother?
I don't know. I guess she ran off with Pauline. I really don't know these
dearie me.
things.
What attracted to you to Bachelor Cranky with a single father Cranky?
Well, he was just so sweet, and he loved games. He loves playing games, and he also was a very strong monkey, and you need that. You need that strong monkey in this world. I needed that strong monkey, so I let him be my husband. And he's just so sweet, and he takes care of me and everything I need, and he loves them grandkids, but man, he gives Donkey Kong some trouble. Oh dear, he gives Donkey Kong some trouble, I tell you. I'm always having to play the good grandma and bake banana bread and make Donkey feel better, because Cranky's always on his case about upholding the family name.
So, we also had a $1 donation from Marsh Monty saying, "Hi, DPG. Sorry I couldn't donate more, but that jazzercise had me on the floor laughing. Love you, DPG."
Thank you, Monty. Thank you. You're not helping me. You're helping bring happiness to the children, and it doesn't matter what you donate. Just being here and chat with us, sharing the moment with us, as well as donating even just $1 helps bring smiles to kids in the hospital, and that's what we're doing here for Starlight. It's amazing charity. I love this charity. It's amazing, absolutely.
Yeah, and additionally, if you're feeling generous and you do have the funds, we do have a grand prize giveaway for this entire marathon. Yeah, if you donate a cumulative of at least $50 throughout the whole marathon, you'll be entered to win our prize pack, which is a gamer chair, only for gamers.
Only for gamers? That could be for Cranky.
It could be. Cranky could enter to win.
He does sit like a shrimp in his easy chair.
Yeah, and then also we got a whole bundle of knitted goods from Mojo to include a DK tie scarf, a banana scarf, and a banana hat. And then the final part of it is $100 worth of Nintendo eShop gift card cash. So you can buy whatever games you want.
Indeed.
Now I heard that gaming chair, that's a razor risker. And that
Sure is.
I heard them razors might be good for trimming out the fur from some of our kids here. Growing too thick.
Yeah. That's a cool looking gaming chair. I mean, you know, I can't win it, unfortunately, but that wouldn't be fair. But if you were the lucky winner, you'd be sitting pretty, figuratively and literally. And you would also have it in your heart knowing that you helped a child in need. And that's the real prize. And those Mojo hats, I don't know if y'all have one, but I have one and they are amazing.
Mojo picks only the finest of materials.
Indeed.
I still have mine from 2015, and ooh boy, it still fit as a fiddle. Fit right snug as a bug in my head. Real comfy, that one.
I don't know how old mine is, but I wear it for every time that I am gaming. And except for today, because I just got a fresh perm off Amazon, so I need to I didn't want to cover that up.
I have a proposition.
What you got?
I would like to hear more stories of Wrinkly Kong in her youth.
Wrinkly Kong in her youth? Oh,
in
goodness.
her early days. So what do you say for $5 every $5 donation? You tell us a little something about the past with Wrinkly.
That sounds like a good idea to me. I like talking about myself and what I do, and that's perfect.
Get some lore here.
Clinky, that's an excellent idea.
Lore.
Gotta pay for that college somehow, you know?
Not with my money. With the money I take from the poor monkeys. Oh, Steve.
Why are the bees all different colors? Does that change anything about them?
Yeah, the green bees are ones that you can kill, the red bees are ones that you cannot, and they kill you. They are not nice.
I was always wondering, those itty bitty bees feel like they got some saw blades on their back.
They do indeed. They went from the stingers straight to the saws because the stingers weren't good enough, I guess.
That's evolution for you.
Well, that's college for you.
Not my college.
Well, that's what they learn. That's what they teach you at that bee college.
Oh yeah.
Bee college.
Where you can become who you want to be.
We got a $5 donation from Hannah Beth asking for a story.
Okay, story from when I was younger in my days. Well, I started out, Wrinkly is the original Donkey Kong, okay? He's the original. I started out in another part of the world, but my stuff didn't do as good as his, and I don't know why, because I thought a strong, independent monkey lead was a good idea, but it apparently didn't do in them days. So I'm the lesser of the the monkeys. But I mean, I could kick tail back in my day. I tried to fight a Godzilla, but it didn't do well.
The Godzilla didn't do well.
Fighting the Godzilla doesn't do well. I wouldn't recommend it. 10 out of 10 will not do again.
So if you had to compare Wrinkly in her youth, which Kong was she like a Dixie? Like, what was her
yeah,
style?
she was definitely like a Dixie, flower power Dixie and everything. I had the long flowing hair.
We got another one, story time ? Donated $10 and said, glad I planned on sending this money over today. Thank you. So we got another story.
Okay, another story? Alright. so I wanted to be a fashion model in my younger days. So, you know, I was trying to do the whole fight the Godzilla thing. So that didn't work. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to be a model. And this was back in the days where, you know, I didn't know what I was doing. So I sewed myself a dress. And I went to the monkey fashion, and I tell you, I forgot to put the seam in the back to be able to zipper it up, and I made the wrong kind of column because it was a fashion fail, not a fashion, not the fashion that you want to talk about. It made the funny page instead of making the front page.
Oh, yeah, the funnies. So what do you think then? I'm assuming when you were younger, beauty standards were a little bit different. What do you think of like...
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, no, you're fine. I was just saying, what do you think about like the candy beauty standards? Candy Kong.
Now she's pretty. She's very pretty, and she is one of our relatives. I don't know who she's related to. Lord, I know she's Donkey's girlfriend, but I don't know the monkey she related to. I don't know her mother and father, or where she even comes from. But she's cute. She's very cute. I heard she makes her own clothes as well, and she does a much better job than I ever could have, because I would have forgot to put the whole thing together, and I would just been like, well, you know, that's how we go down in history.
Beauty standards of today, am I right?
Oh, indeed. But she's very pretty. She has that, she curls her hair, and it's very cute. Now, unfortunately, in today's standards, her style's outdated. It's funny how fashion changes every 30 years. It's just not fair. You get used to one thing, and then 30 years later, they decide to change it.
And sometimes they bring certain aspects of it back.
They do. I saw. I was sitting there in my days, you know, wearing the flower power and all the cute little stuff, and they're bringing that back, and I thought, man, you know, I was late to it then, and I'm late to it now. Can't win for losing, I tell you. Oh Lord, these bees gonna get me. Hey, listen here, bee. We gonna be very nice. We gonna play nice.
Well, they're waiting for you. So
I didn't see him.
We are only $159 away from banana paint and goal. So get your donations in now, so we can have some art hour break.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm real excited for this one.
We don't
I
have
ain't
like
the foggiest what's gonna be painted, but Hubo, my eyes, you're gonna love seeing them.
I don't know if we've ever had at least not at, I don't think at SideQuest we ever had any like traditional art segments, you know, not like digital art. This is an exclusive.
Well, I just learned how to paint from the TV. You know, that Monkey Kong Ross.
Bob Kong.
He can definitely paint some pictures. I tell you, the pictures of those bananas and those trees he paints are just so beautiful. And so I only have 3 channels here at my house. I have my Jazzercise channel and my channel 3 that I play my games on, but I do get the channel that has Bob Kong on, and that's all I care about. As long as I can Jazzercise, paint, and play my games.
Yeah, he paints them happy little nanners.
He does paint them happy little nanners. He really do.
Any signature, by gosh, the Kong, beautiful, swelteringly beautiful. It's so beautiful every time in every DKC game. You collect them every level.
Oh goodness, I hate spiders, and this spider's the worst.
feel bad for him. He looks like he needs to see a dentist.
I think he's that. I think he's part bulldog because he's just as mean as one. The trick to him though is just hitting him underneath his chin.
His little fingies are looking out of sorts.
I guess that's why he's so angry, because, you know, his little mouth hurts, and he's probably just mad because ain't none of us a dentist, because I don't teach these monkeys anything at the Kong College worth anything. Probably
They
what
have
it is.
dental. Do the Kongs have dental insurance or some sort of dental
We do not.
Healthcare? Ah, gotcha. Unfortunate.
We just kind of hope for the best. I mean, when King K. Rool came through and took everything, and we lost our health insurance, we lost our bananas. It was
He
terrible.
took your insurance too?
He did. He did. He is not
What
a nice man.
skullduggery?
He is not a nice man. That's okay. I'm teaching my grandkids the right way and how to beat up the baddies,
How to brush their teeth.
how to brush their teeth. Yeah. They may not know the important stuff, but they know how to do something. Like, look, Funky Kong just built a hovercraft from a patch. I mean, I did that. I taught him in K5.
He did. He's a smart guy. When you think about it, he's probably the smartest Kong there is.
Now, Wrinkly Kong, I want to hear when we get more lore donated to Starlight Children Foundation, what your aspirations are for the future of the Kong family. If you got any of them.
Oh, I definitely do. I have a whole list.
Oh, so if someone were to donate asking for your, you know, the lore and aspirations about a specific Kong,
Indeed.
you could give that to us.
Indeed.
Only 5 buckaroos to get that exclusive information.
Can't wait. I really want to hear all the new up-and-comers in the family.
These Cheetos are not very nice. They took my
Cheetos?
favorites. They took my favorite snack food and turned it against me.
They kind of do look like Cheetos.
And they're coming out from buckets, too. The nerve of them owls.
They're just throwing away perfectly good Cheetos.
That's okay. Kitty Kong eats off the floor anyways. They'll get cleaned up. They just gotta cool off right now. That little booger, I have to keep the floor spotless or he going. You know, toddlers, they put everything in their mouths. He is no exception.
It does seem like there's a whole little patch of Cheetos dust just melting down at that boiling pot.
I know. How dare they? How dare they take my favorite snack and just let me waste it?
This too must be the work of King K. Rool's surly minions.
They took my bananas and my Cheetos.
Your insurance, your money bananas, and your Cheetos. What more could it take?
I mean, I offered to give him Wrinkly when he made me mad that one day, but he wouldn't take him. He left it. He took everybody on the island but him. I was just enjoying my jazzercise and all of a sudden here come King K. Rool and he took Donkey and he took Diddy and he took Candy and I said, "Why about him?" And he said, "Oh, I don't want him. I don't want them hands."
Oh, no.
So I said, "Okay, I guess he can stay here." But I do love him. He's sweet. He can be sweet. He's a charmer.
Kerplot from the chat says, when the Kremlins turned nudists, they were all ashamed of their bodies, so they donated all their snack foods to the artillery owls. Do you reckon this might be true?
I mean, any theory is as good as anything I got. I just thought he was just being mean.
Is this the replacement for the cart levels?
It is.
What is that supposed to be?
Well,
Just like bobsledding.
it's a toboggan that they put in a drain pipe somewhere and then told you good luck. And then they added bees to it and still said good luck.
Let's add bees.
Let's add bees. Don't know what to do to this level? Add some bees. Darn a monkey that wants to get hit.
What's propelling the toboggan forward?
You know,
There's
that's
no snow.
that is a good question.
Is there water? Doesn't even look like there's water.
Might be Kitty Kong's mass propelling it forward.
That do be true. There's sometimes where Dixie's in it and it doesn't feel evened out, and I'm like, come on, Kitty, I need you to sit in the back here and get some weight going. Because, man, making them jumps. Ridiculous. Flat out tomfoolery, I say.
That's true, they don't teach physics at Kong College. Probably not.
What's physics?
It's when you get physical with someone, you punch them in the face.
Oh, so
They
not
might
just...
teach that there.
I don't think it's a food. I didn't say it was a food. I don't think it's a food. Now, this isn't a 100% run. This is just a run through. So if you see DK coins and you see all these little secret things, we are not getting them today, unfortunately, just due to time and everything. But they are there, and I can teach you how to get them. But I won't be getting them in this run, unfortunately.
You know what's amazing? How do you learn how to pick up iron barrels with your hair, like Dixie can?
Lots of hair gel, honey. It's called Aquanet.
Were you able to do that in your youth?
Yeah. Who do you think she learned it from?
Makes sense.
Except they made stronger stuff back in the day. This stuff I had to know somebody who knew somebody who to get the original from, because they don't make Aquanet no more. Or maybe they do. Maybe it's just not the same industrial grade. Because, man, Aquanet, back in the day, it would hold for days. It didn't matter if you went to a rock concert, rode off in the sunset in a Corvette, it's still there. Still there. Lord forbid if your mama got a hold of your hair and tried to pick through it. Oh, woo. Tears for days.
Who's sawing this? Like, what large creature is controlling this saw?
You know, we never see them.
That's going vertical through the middle of trees.
I just play the games. I don't know nothing.
I reckon that saw is a sunlooker.
Son, look.
Well, I mean, he is sawing upward and not how do you use a saw? I mean, that's not monkey tools, so I don't know. Does it go sideways? Does it go up and down? Like, what are we doing here? Oh, look, she learned how to spell.
Well, my donation queue is looking pretty empty. We could use some donations there to fill it up. We get $15. We can do another Tabasco jelly bean. $5. Get some exclusive, never before heard Wrinkly Kong lore. You can hear old stories or aspirations about your favorite Kongs, even if it's a Kong we might not know about. Feel free to ask. And when we get to $66,300, we'll have some very special Bob Kong-inspired banana painting.
Anga Bazooka that wants to take out my Dixie Kong. Because I like Kitty. He's cute and all, but he's clumsy. And he don't climb right. His mama didn't teach him very well how to climb. A shame, I say.
Dixie always seems to be sacrificing herself for him. He should be more grateful, you know?
Yeah.
I'm
Well-
about to go microwave myself some lunch, so if you hear some beeps, that's me.
Now, Kitty Kong.
What you making, Clinket?
Ooh, what you making?
I'm making a Morningstar chicken patty.
Mm-mm-mm.
I believe I done came the wrong direction. I declare.
Do they teach directions at Kong College?
Apparently we do not, because I don't remember my directions at all. I do feel bad for Dixie, though, because, you know, Donkey Kong had Diddy, Diddy had Dixie, and Funky Kong gonna stick poor Dixie with this thing. I love him, and he is a baby, and he's trying to learn, but this was not a mission for a baby.
Who would have been the best for this sort of mission?
Who would have been the best? Well, I think Funky Kong needs to start pulling his weight. He and Swanky. I mean, I understand. Funky Kong makes all the equipment. I get that and I respect that. But you ain't out here using this equipment. You just out here making it, and then you make it for a price, and then you don't have nothing to do with it.
I see. Well, it looks like with all that toilsome work, we got a $20 donation from Not K-Roll, Just Cool. Donate $20 and said, "Where does Donkey keep the banana stash?"
He keeps it in our banana hoard. Now, what we do is we go out every summer and we pick all the bananas that's ever going to be picked, and we put them in the banana hoard, which is a nice little cave, because you know if you don't keep bananas, that they go bad very quickly. And so we have this banana cave that's specifically for it. It's perfectly temperaturized, insulated, very nice for bananas. And it's at the base camp. And I don't know how anybody got to the base camp, because we were supposed to have several lines of defense, and every single one of those lines got broke.
There were nothing but gewgaws to King K-Rool.
Indeed. Now, Kitty Kong, why'd you do that?
I also believe that $20 donation is a Tabasco jelly bean.
Coming right up. And for those that want to know, yes, these are indeed made with Tabasco. And yes, you do taste it when you bite into it. And yes, it is like liquid fire on your tongue.
As liquid fire as that molten Cheetos.
Now listen here.
I'm listening.
Oh, I was threatening the bazooka guy. Not you, honey. You good. They done took my monkeys. Oh, they gonna get it from this grandma.
Celeste from the chat, you reading me? Banana Horde was an inside job? I ain't sure about that one. Who would be the most likely to take our own bananas and hand it to our mortal enemy?
Well, I mean, Swanky's a little, I don't want to say nothing bad, But Swanky's a little what the kids call sus. Because, I mean, what's a monkey doing with a felt suede suit? The same felt suede that King K. Rool wears. Might I add, I may not have been a clothes designer in my younger days, but I have learned some tricks of the trade, and I know some fake suede velvet when I see it.
You might be on to something there.
And he has dental insurance. Did you see his dentures?
His teeth do be shining pretty sparkly.
Oh, be with me, Kongs of the past. This level here just gives me right fits.
What's so difficult about it? Is it all the flowing green in the air?
It's low G, so you floating. And you are floating forever. And there's bees.
That they put the moon in this level.
Oh, I done took the wrong turn to Albuquerque.
So that jumping knacker you out? Too much jumping, not enough landing?
Yeah. Now, this level is good for Kiddy Kong because there are some parts that he just floats right through, and he does very well with it. I'm very surprised. But then other times, he's a little bit heavier, so you got to get him floating very high.
I don't reckon that green fog, low gravity fog's quite healthy for you.
I don't think it is either. Bees seem to like it. They're thriving.
Oh, geez, I hope that Kitty and Dixie are gonna be fine after this.
I think they'll be all right. They young. Their cells will replenish. They might grow an extra arm, but you know. Oh Lord.
Oh, that bee made short work of Kitty. Ugh.
I do have the chat window up. Hi everybody. Hi Daily Gamer RPG. Also hi chats. I'm trying to keep up with everybody's messages and it's so hard. Grandma's brain cells only go so far. How's all my kitties out here doing?
You know how you can be sure your message will be heard by donating to Starlight Starlight Children's Foundation. There we go.
Welcome back. Oh no, there's a bee in my face.
And why do you reckon the bees so love to gravitate towards this area? You get what I'm saying? Gravitate because there's low gravity.
I don't think they really gravitate here. I think they're just like told because you know these bees at least like the real bees that help our trees grow in Kongland, whatever this place is called. They are very helpful, but these bees, I think they're one French fry short of a Happy Meal, and I don't think they realize that they're even bees at this point. I think they just kind of I think they're just kind of like zinged out on the low G. So I think they just accepted life as it was. Their eyes are bigger than their brains. They got kibble-sized brain. I'm sorry.
This might be the birthing place of the bees with the saw blades.
I think so. Oh no, no. Low key, this level is like right now. Grandma's gonna tell you what for. Oh, let's land alive. That was a thingamajig. I can't remember what the thingamajig's called, but it was one. And we're just gonna slowly float down. That's where I feel.
I sure hope Dixie's her head spinning all the time. Hope she doesn't get dizzy.
Well, Dixie's a smart little monkey girl. I love her. She's just so intelligent. She's so bright, and she's so gorgeous, and she's so polite. You know, she never disturbs me when I'm trying to nap or when I'm trying to jazzercise. I think she's okay though. I think she's okay. Oh, why am I going in the wall right there? Secret. Oh. Now we turn into a bird.
Oh my.
All right. Now we just gonna flap down here. Now the bird makes this level so much easier because he can actually move freely instead of flying endlessly like the Kongs do. He has a little more speed to him.
Oh, would you look at that? We got $10 from Maestro Cam. Grandma Wrinkly, they say. I got 2 questions. 1, can you tell us a story how you and Cranky first met? And 2, can you share your banana bread recipe with us?
Okay. So it's actually a very sweet story how Wrinkly and I met. I can't quite remember if this was before or after the Donkey Kong Country game, the first one. Because you know, old age kind of muddles everything. But I was gonna go fight Godzilla again because I ain't learned my lesson, and he was on the set and he said, I can show you how to be a real monkey and how to fight all the bad guys, and the rest is history. I wanted to learn from him. He's kind of a master of the art of fighting the bad guys, and he could do it on 1 coin too. So pretty amazing. Now the banana bread recipe, I haven't quite perfected it, but I think it involves a piece of bread and some banana. Take that how you will. You just
Never thought it'd be that simple.
You just take the piece of bread and you put the banana on it. And if you're feeling cheeky, because sometimes we are all cheeky monkeys, you can shape the bread like a banana.
I never thought of that.
Oh, absolutely ridiculousness.
I'm glad that Kitty and Dixie are doing their best to mix with this machine here. Who is this machine exactly?
I don't think he has a name. I think he's stylized after the Terminator, but I'm not sure.
He's got some disc spinning inside of himself. Is he trying to like record something?
Maybe. He's spying on the Kongs.
Oh golly, he's shooting some rainbow lasers.
Yeah, them lasers, they're pretty mean. As long as you keep moving though, you'll be alright. Chaos. That's his name. Yeah, he sure looks like some chaos. It looks like some chaos done got in the kitchen and threw some pots and pans together.
I sure hope he doesn't collect the emeralds. That'd be a wreck.
Oh, I need to save really quick because, you know, as I always say, stay away from the grave, always save. Save your game, kiddies. This is Grandma talking to you. Save your game often and save it well. And don't wake Grandma when she's sleeping. Let that old lady sleep. Also, chat, I hope you're doing very well. We are here raising money for the Starlight Children's Foundation, and I'm going to talk about that foundation if you don't mind. It's a wonderful foundation. They go into all these different hospitals that children are at, and they brighten up their days. They bring them equipment for game systems, play sets, toys, as well as arts and crafts, and, you know, just stuff to brighten their day because, you know, nobody likes being at the hospital. And so it's very nice and very kind that they would think, oh, maybe they would like some toys, and maybe they would like some cool looking hospital gowns, because those hospital gowns are just awful. And so they put all this stuff together, and it's truly magnificent. So every penny goes to that donation, and y'all are making a difference for a bunch of kiddies around the world, and we sure do appreciate it.
What kind of games could you play on your Nintendo?
What kind of games?
For the kids in the hospitals playing on their Nintendos.
Why, they can play Donkey Kong games if they want to. Or they can play cooking games. I also hear there's a lot of other games like puppy dog games. I mean, there's just all kinds of stuff, you know. It's amazing what technology can do and how much joy and happiness it can bring people.
You're saying your kids, Kitty Kong, Dixie Kong, and the whole family could get some new friends?
Indeed. Oh, that was a shark. Oh. I almost had a grandma that gotta be quicker than that. I don't like how he's just sitting up there. Like, I don't know what he's wanting to do up there, but he better stay in his lane.
This water level's pretty.
It is. I wish, like, I love aquatic ambience and love all of that, but I kind of wish that aquatic ambience would have been on that level, because it would just been so amazing. Just the bright colors and just pretty as can be. Oh, that's a big guy.
The water's a little clearer in this game. Or a little less pollution in it.
Oh, I done went the wrong way again. How are y'all doing tonight? Grandma forgot to ask. How are y'all doing this fine evening?
Yeah, chat, tell us how you're feeling.
By the way, we're only $129 away from Bob Kong style painting bananas. $15 will get you a Tabasco jelly bean, and $5 some Wrinkly Kong exclusive lore.
You feel good? You just woke up? Well, good morning to you, and also hi. How are ya? I try to greet everybody in chat, and there's a lot of you here. There's a lot of kitty Kongs out here tonight, and I sure do appreciate it. Oh, that was a bee.
lot of bees around here. They're matching the scenery.
Well. Oh no, you are fine. Nobody talk less, please. Nobody talk. Everybody talk. Probably not at the same time, but everybody talk. Grandma wants to hear what y'all got going on. I guess I missed it, Toothless.
That bee must have been ruthless if it got 2 of your kids.
Well, you can't win them all, you know. Now, I like this little bird here, but he confuses me because it scares me because when he gets hit, I get hit, and I don't like that. Oh, and there's Kitty Kong throwing his fit. That's why people don't like Kitty Kong, because he throws a right good fit. He can throw a temper tantrum, I tell you what.
There's another kind of thing being thrown around, and that's some dosh to Starlight Children's Foundation, like this 5 buckaroos here from my H-Chook Ham. Now, let's see what they say. Grandma Wrinkly, how would you feel about your grandkids, Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong, getting to be in that Super Smash Brothers tournaments? Are you proud of them?
I'm so proud of them. They worked so hard on that, and I'm glad that they made it into Super Smash. You know, back in the day, Mario and Donkey Kong were enemies, but now they're friends, and it's so nice to see them make amends and fighting bad guys together, because, you know, that's just a good thing, and I'm proud of them. They worked so hard. You know, they learned their moves from their old grandma. You know, Wrinkly talks all big game, but I'm the one who taught them. I mean, I did try to fight King Kong after all.
Now, do you think it's an injustice that Dixie Kong ain't getting an invite yet?
I do think it's an injustice. What's up with that? She has got the hair, she's got the glam, she's got the hands. Why can't they let her be in it? She'll show them what fur. I feel it coming though. I do believe she's gonna get her chance.
See, they ain't disturbing you while you're taking a nap in front of the TV. Such polite kids.
I taught them right. They're very polite.
Oh my goodness gracious, Wrong Sky with the raid. Welcome, Raiders.
Well, hello there, everybody. This your Grandma Wrinkly Kong.
Welcome, Raiders. Welcome on in. We're raising money for Starlight. And we got some fun incentives going on right now. For $5, you can get some exclusive, never before heard Wrinkly Kong lore. For $15, Wrinkly Kong here will ingest a Tabasco jelly bean. And we're getting close. We're only $104 away from banana painting Bob Kong style.
Well, listen here now, this little TNT guy.
Them Kremlins really did just lose their clothes.
King K. Rool took that too. Said no clothes free.
And you know, we did get a $20 donation from Yellow Handle saying, I knew Toothless was going to give you gray hair.
That's
also
one of my...
another Tabasco jelly bean.
Oh, goodness gravy. That's my secret admirer. Oh, jelly beans are bad. And no, I do not have no water. I am out of my drink.
Wrinkly Kong don't need no water. All she needs is liquid fire.
That's right.
Spice up your life today.
Tabasco, the drink of champions. For real though, this is a real Wrinkly Kong story lore that I'm gonna tell you. My grandma, Wrinkly Kong grandma, and this is real life now. She would actually drink Tabasco sauce straight from source, and
Oh my.
just for fun, just to see if it was hot enough still.
Would it change?
I don't know if it was with her old age, if her taste buds were changing, but she definitely said, I want to see if this still kicks. So, and that is a true, like, that is my grandma real story.
That was a free $5 Wrinkly Kong lore right there.
Oh goodness gravy, these bees.
By the way, I believe after this segment, Rom Scout himself, who just rated us, is going to be running some more Donkey Kong games.
Was Rom
That
Scout
does
gonna
appear to
play?
be correct.
Oh good, I didn't forget the schedule.
Be sure to check out all these wonderful people as well, because this marathon would not be nothing without them. And they work so hard, bless their hearts, you know, to bring Wrinkly Kong and several others here. So give them a big round of applause and check them out. They are amazing. You know, I don't know how they do it. Some of them have probably been up for close to 12, 14 hours now, making sure everything is running right, and I would be sitting there looking at the tech desk like, what is this?
I like to call ourselves almost professionals. We actually have never uttered that before, but I liked it.
I think that's right as rainbows right there.
Almost professionals.
I got me some water now.
Some water.
I was just gonna say that.
No, I think it's like I'm gonna like cut right here and go back into DP mode. I will say that this is my real accent. If I do say things with a
It's
really
polite.
sweet inflection, I'm being for real. That's how I really talk.
It's delightful.
This Zeldathon was not ready for this.
I play a character that uses this accent for 2 years, and so I know how to do it.
I was very surprised. I was like, listen at them, because you know you get some people who try to pull off that twang and they can't do it. And so when I heard y'all, I was like, oh, they are professionals. They are masterly trained.
I reckon the truth is that we're just sweating buckets over here trying to imitate you.
That's about what we're doing right now.
So me talking, this is how I talk.
See, mostly I do more of a tech. Right now I'm kind of halfway in between. I have like a Texan accent because that's where a lot of my family's from. Oh, but then I got some sort of like southern Atlantic. I don't know where exactly this one's from, but you hear it sometimes. It's a little different though.
Yeah, I just didn't want to be after the stream and we're talking. It's like, okay, you can quit talking like that now. It's like, no, this is how I really talk.
This is my real accent.
This is how I really talk.
So really tough, y'all.
I can't help it, y'all. No, I really am having a blast though. This has been a dream for forever to be able to do this here. Maybe not as Wrinkly Kong, but you know, beggars can't be choosers at this point in life.
You didn't dream to be Wrinkly Kong on the Zeldathon channel for your entire life.
Oh,
Wait, you're not Wrinkly Kong?
but just being here, doing some amazing things with some amazing people. Just the fact that they chose me to do this. I mean, now I get it because everybody said this game was terrible and ain't nobody in their right mind's gonna run it. But again, beggars can't be choosers. But no, I am having a great time. I hope you are as well. Hope everybody's enjoying it.
It's been a lot of fun. Who said this game? Most people did. Tabasco. Most people did. But MC ran it, like I said, not that long ago.
It was just the first day that Banana Slamma started. It was campy, and I love campy. I love everybody at the Zeldathon team. Like, don't get me wrong, like everybody is. But campy was straight up. Deadface looked at the camera and was like, you know, Donkey Kong Country 3 was terrible, and I'm just like, I'm here.
Were you like, you're dead in the dirt to me?
No, I was just like, sad noises.
Let's be fair. Campy doesn't have the best takes on games. I said it.
But it just cracked me up. Just the timing of it. I literally just got into chat. But you know, it's all in good fun. It's for the charity, it's for the marathon, and it's just, that's why I love Zeldathon so much, because it's so many different people and so many different perspectives on things, but they all work together, and it's just a
we make things happen somehow. Sometimes, you know, it a lot of improv. Like today.
Oh, indeed.
And we're only $4 from hitting 6.2k. If anyone wants to snipe that. If you do it $5, then you also get some Wrinkly Kong lore.
Oh yeah, that Wrinkly Kong lore. I worked so hard getting all this lore together for y'all, because I know the Zeldathon chat and they love their lore. So I was making sure everything is as truthful as I can make it be.
Every utterance from Wrinkly Kong is as true as rain itself. You've been
Indeed.
spending all that time bookmaking, all that lore, keeping it organized, whirling around in your head, all for you guys.
Indeed. And I tried to get Wrinkly's take on everything, and you know, he just would not. He wouldn't tell the whole story. All he talked about was his glory days, and I'm like, listen, like, them days are past, honey. Them days are gone. But you know, I digress. He is very, you know, these Kongs would not be nothing without him. Oh, this fish about to eat me. Oh. Woo! Lord of mercy. So glad I got through there. If you don't feed him, I mean, he's a fish after my own heart. You don't feed me and I get kind of grumpy too. But you don't feed him and he eats you. So that's why you gotta keep feeding those clownfish. Now if he eats the little starfish looking things, it makes him angry. So don't make him angry.
Oh gosh, that's scary sight.
That is really scary.
What is this?
Disturbing.
Y'all ain't never had a face in your waterfall trying to throw you off the ledge?
No. The lips are the worst part.
And the hardest, the scariest part is that it goes above the waterfall, so it extends through, has some length to it, has girth.
Oh. Sorry, kitties. Granny's trying to concentrate on her game. Cause this little guy gave me so much. He's so easy, but he is a pain. Because he don't attack you. He doesn't take away your life. You know, he doesn't like take away your monkeys. He just throws you off the cliff, straight up, just yeet. Is that what the kids say these days?
I did not expect Wrinkly Kong to say the word yeet.
I'm hip. I'm cool. I learned some things in my jazzercise classes.
Like the word sus, for example. All them kids, their tongues be wagging, speaking them terms.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna save really quick, because that's what we do here, because I don't trust myself. I'm playing really, really nice, but that don't mean nothing because, as everybody knows, I play good games bad. And Wrinkly likes to say he does on the first try. Why you ain't got no money from Swankies? Because you're wasting all your money because you keep losing the game. Okay, I'm gonna hush now. Forgive me, I'm gonna hush.
I just noticed the lava lamp there in Wrinkly Kong's house. How old is that lava lamp?
1975.
Oh wow.
It's original. Oh, I went the wrong.
Lava lamp existed?
You keep saying Toothless.
What's that?
Listen here, Toothless. The brain be the mush, okay? I'm working with what I got here.
Well, Cranky's first game was in 1985. That was like 60 years ago. Your brain gotta keep improving since then. Sometimes though, can forget some things.
The lava lamp was invented in 1963. Very well.
Now we got a turbo ski. And it has a horn.
Ah, the Kong family insignia, the horn.
Our greatest invention known to mankind. That's our contribution to society. We don't do anything else. We make horns. Shoe horns, car horns, bike horns. Sometimes French horns, but you know, I digress. Ooh. Now, I don't like these guys. These guys, woo, they are, I believe they call them Crevice Crawlers. Woo. They are
What do you reckon them Crevice Crawlers look like inside them barrels?
a whole bunch of hate and pain. And they go as fast as you do.
As fast as your kids, oh jeez.
Yeah, they match your speed. So if you go really slow, they go really slow. If you go really fast, they go really fast. But to get past them, you have to go really fast, and then they just speed up. It's kind of like when you're running and you see somebody's falling behind you and you start running faster and they start running faster. Yeah, it's kind of that whole concept. So you gotta trick them. You have to go forwards and backwards sometimes and get them tricked so you can get out of there. All right, kitty. Now, okay, like this onesie's got to go. Dripping everywhere over here. He's very clumsy.
Now, in your mind's eye, do you think they colored the barrels after themselves, or they colored their hands and arms after the barrels they found?
I think they colored themselves, the barrel after themselves so they can blend in. I think their hands are naturally that color, and so they paint their barrels to look like it because they want to freak you out and make you think that they're all one thing.
Yeah, that's a clever strategy.
I believe they call it camouflage, but I wouldn't know.
Camouflage. Now, that's a big word. Do they teach that at Kong College?
No, because if we would have hit the bananas better. Oh, that's a creeper. I almost had a monkey. I had not had a monkey. That almost had a monkey. Oh. This music, though. Can we appreciate the music? Oh, so good.
I wish I could appreciate the music, but I can't hear it.
I've had the DKC2 music is playing on repeat this whole time.
So you're like, this music's great.
Yeah, this music's great. Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. I just had like Jib Jig on repeat.
Oh. Well, there's a barrel down there. You are correct, Toothless. Dave Wise actually did do that one. Can we talk about Dave Wise from? I think he's blocked me on Twitter. because I'm just such a fanatic of his music, and I think he's kind of like blocked me.
I stood next to him for a real long time and watched Disco Cactus and didn't realize it, and I looked up next to me and I was like, oh, it's David Wise.
Oh, just over here. Oh, that's just Dave Wise. Like, I would literally, like, melt.
I was just like, oh, there's people next to me. Who is it? Oh, yo, what's up? I didn't actually say that, but I was like, okay, Dave Wise, no worries.
It's just Dave Wise. Like, no big deal. Just the man, he brought us aquatic ambience on, like, a 12 note piano. Like, no big deal.
We say WrinklyCon's a huge fan of WiseCon.
Yes, indeed. I love music, obviously from my jazzercising, but Dave Wise has done my family a good justice because we have awesome levels in our game, as well as, well, listen here, Kitty Kong, you shouldn't have done that. As well as lovely music. I mean, I believe we have some of the greatest music in video game history. I'm willing to bet my dentures on that.
I like to point out, I'm in love, infatuated with this song right here of this level, because it's named Frosty Frolics.
Frosty Frolics. Hey, well, we got another donation that took us over the $6.2 or $6,200 mark. So woo! That puts us at only $99 before we start banana painting Bob Kong style. And that donation is Grandma Wrinkly, you said you were all about the flower power fashion back in your younger days. Can you tell us a story from your hippie days?
Well, there was a guy with a van, and he was one of our friends, and he was going around, and funny enough, he wanted to make music. That's how all them stories start, is that they, want to be musicians. And so we just went traveling around the country in this van and was trying to play some music. And, I would make the band jackets and logos and insignias. And he didn't get nowhere, though, bless his heart. Just like I just didn't get nowhere in that level. Guess my monkeys forgot how to climb. It'd be like that sometimes though. But yes, my flower power days, were some of the best. I tried to bring it back when it was the 1980s and there was jazzercise, but
Was it
Flower
a
pa-
Volkswagen van?
you know, we didn't have those. I think we kind of threw together a van with different pots, kind of like K-Rool does all his stuff. And I think we just kind of built, a banana mobile. I think we just...
Banana bus, if you will. By the way, if you'd like to donate to Starlight Children's Foundation, go to donate.banana.us and you can donate now.
Fill
That's
that
banana
bus.
Dot us.
Banana.us. Without an HTTPS, we don't have the S. You gotta get rid of that S, just like our Twitter did.
We ain't got no ass anymore.
We got rid of that S. No longer Zeldathons with an S, now we're Zeldathon.
Good for y'all.
That was a
Oh.
very joyous day for us.
Oh, Lord.
I wonder who's throwing all them barrels down the waterfall.
We're exercising.
Must be a band of strong arms. That's some hefty weight.
Oh. Oh. Ah, sorry about that, kitties. Grandma gets a little nervous.
But what happened to all the other Zeldathons, Romska? That's a great question, and I'm glad you signed up to play a segment with us. And a bit later, you'll find out more then.
What is Rum Scout gonna play? I'm excited.
It's called Game Boy Shuffle. So I reckon it's a few different games.
Would you say they're shuffling around?
They're doing the two-step.
I can't do the two-step. I do the one-step and then I give up. Oh Lord. They got a bazooka.
Oh Lord, they got a bazooka.
I'm sorry.
Frosty.
There's more Cheetos. They're shooting Cheetos.
Just what I needed. Hey, Cranky, write this down. I want one of these for Christmas. So I can just sit on the couch and then Wrinkly can just be like, hey, get the bazooka. You want some Cheetos? I wonder if they have one for bananas. Oh, I kind of need. I think I need a banana shooter.
Is a banana shooter like a pea shooter?
Pea shooter, yeah.
I mean, I guess.
Deacon's got the right idea. He got his own peanut gun. We can borrow that technology, reverse engineer it, make it into a stock still gun for bananas.
Why hasn't there been a banana gun? We got a coconut gun, we got a feather gun, a grape gun, we got our grape, what's it called, dart, poison dart shooter. We got a, I guess it's not a feather gun, I guess it's a crossbow. And we got a melon gun. Why is there no banana gun?
I guess because they didn't want to waste bananas.
I guess it is the equivalent of just shooting your money out.
It's like a money gun.
Oh, that's has a lava. And Amazon don't make sneakers that can survive that lava. Mm-mm.
That's lava. It looks a little pink.
Why do you reckon they call them sneakers? They ain't like you're sneaking around in them.
No, usually I squeak a bit on the basketball floor.
Exactly.
It was very nice of them to make little barriers so I could hide behind. That was very kind of them.
Is this spider made out of a lava Cheeto?
I mean, he do look like.
Yeah, he kind of does.
I'm just laughing because he wears sneakers. And he's the only spider in the world I would let in my house. Just because he wears shoes.
That's
You're a
real
shoes-
polite spider.
You're a shoes in the house kind of person.
I'm just saying in general, it just brings my little weird heart joy to see a spider with shoes on.
If they went with squeakers, you seen those shoes that they give them little children today?
Oh,
That
indeed.
got like the squeakers on the soles of the feet.
We got some for Kitty Kong, and he ran so much that the squeaker broke within the first day, and that's a true story. I ain't making that one up. That is actually very.
Is that why he doesn't wear it? He doesn't wear any shoes now.
Indeed.
He broke them.
He broke them.
Wait a second. We just got a big donation coming in.
If you know the words, you can donate too.
Put your wallet to pull out your wallet if you wanna
Clap as
donate.
we take you to this donation. Huh. DK.
What? Donkey Kong. DK. Wow. Donkey Kong is here.
He's the leader of the
Of
bunch.
the bunch. You know him well. He's fun. He's
It's finally time to read this text.
which is no message.
Who's it from?
Narwaldo donated $101. Thank you. Which took us to $6,302, which hits our banana painting Bob Kong style. Stretch goal.
Yay!
Which is amazing. We will
Oh.
let you get to a point where that is appropriate for you, however.
I had just slid with a penguin, and it was not nice. He was not a nice penguin. He took me down, and it wasn't good. All right,
You say penguin? I like that.
penguin,
Penguin.
penguin, penguin. What did I say?
Pingin. We got
Pingin.
some pingins here.
The penguin took me down. Okay, I have a problem with this. It says linguine lunge, and I'm thinking like linguine, and I'm like, is the noodle gonna take me out? And it's a darn penguin. All right, so we got our painting donation. I had heard correct.
We sure did.
Roger that.
It's a banana painting. Oh my goodness, y'all gonna have so much fun with this. Okay, if y'all don't mind, I'm just gonna grab my little paints over here. I had it ready because I had a feeling that this chat was on fire for some charity, and I knew they were gonna meet that goal, so I had all that set aside. So if y'all don't mind, I'm gonna smiggle over here and I'm gonna grab my paint set, and I'll be right back with you.
Sounds good.
Gotta take my headset off first, or I'm gonna take the whole darn thing with me.
All right, chat. Now's your chance. When
Get it all out.
when Wrinkly Kong comes back, tell her how much you love these streams, how much you love how she's playing all for you guys.
Give her some love.
Give us some
By the way-
love.
I thought she said Smeagol over here, not Sneakle. Or you could just tell her about how much you like linguine.
It's also valid.
All right, so we have our little canvas here. And as you can see, I've already painted on it because I knew we were going to reach this donation. So I got a lovely green background. It doesn't look green from where y'all are at, but trust me, might be a swamp green, but it's green. I did too say Smeagol. Smeagol is a name, it's a verb, it's a word. I have to take a conjecture right here and tell y'all Smeagol can be used as many different things and can mean several different meanings, such as I'm gonna Smeagol on past you, which means let me scooch by you over here. It also means as a greeting, Smeagol. You nod your head and you say Smeagol, talking to your friend. Or if you want to send a code to your friend and say y'all out and about and doing things and you get kind of a shady vibe or a, hey, I don't like this place, you just say, I'm going to Smeagol in and Smeagol out. That tells your partner that, hey, we're getting in and we're getting out as fast as we can. So you Smeagol in, you Smeagol out. You Smeagol past somebody. You greet somebody. So that's how you use the word Smeagol in your everyday language.
Wait, is this a Texan thing?
No. It's just a DPG thing.
Okay, I was like, I never heard this before in my life.
I hear you loud and clear, Wrinkly Kong.
It's just something I picked up along the way.
I can't Smeagol a tune in a bucket, but now I can.
I was like, I can believe about the other uses, but as a greeting?
Yeah, when you're walking past somebody and it's like, oh, Smeagol. What's up, Smeagol? Hey, Smeagol, how you doing, Smeagol? But you only use that with your close friends. Don't use it with, don't be at the grocery store now. Hey, Smeagol, what up? You might get slapped.
Yo, Smeagol, that's pretty sus.
It's Sussy Smeagol.
All right now.
All right, Smeagol, I'm gonna hit that.
Are you for real leaving?
No.
I was gonna tell you good night. And thank you for being here.
I reckon I'm gonna be here for a little while more.
Well, I'm glad you're
greedy
here.
guts kind of person. I gotta stay here for this banana painting.
Let's see them nanners.
All right, so we gonna take our little brush. Now, I got some pretty. If you can't tell, my favorite color is purple. I mean, you can't tell my favorite color is purple. So I got me some pretty purple paintbrushes. But you can use whatever kind of paintbrushes you want to use. I mean, that's up to you. But for me, I had to have these paintbrushes. I said, treat myself 2021 and bought some new brushes. So, all right. So I'm going to use watercolor today. Normally I use oil paints, you know, like Bob Kong, but I didn't feel like fooling with the oil paints. So we're just going to use our watercolor paints over here. And now what you want to do is you want to pick a pretty background. Now I got a pretty green background over here. And I did this before the show, so it had time to dry because you need to let it dry so all the colors don't run together, because we want to be able to see that we have some bananas here, not just some swamp colors coming together. And that will happen. If you let it go, it's going to turn to swamp colors. So you have to be really careful. So we're going to take one of our little brushes and we are going to get it ready. And we're going to go ahead and take our lemon yellow. It says lemon. It should say banana yellow, but it says lemon. So just cross that out and make sure it says banana yellow. So we're going to take our banana yellow over here. And we're going to go ahead and put that on our paint palette. And we're going to go ahead and just a little bit of dab, because this watercolor paint don't need a lot of paint to work. So I did done find that out. Be careful with that. So you're going to take your brush and you're going to lightly, gently touch. And you got to think about shapes of bananas as you're doing it. You know, you see a bunch of bananas together and they just like, you know, the small bananas on top and the big bananas in the back, and they make this nice little L shape. So you can think about that when you're doing it. So we're just going to come down here Oh, about right there. We just gonna curve in right here. Curve in. That's a nice banana. I hope you can see it. That's a lovely banana. That's a lovely banana right there. And so you're just gonna take more of that yellow. You're gonna put another little banana yellow right here because you know every banana deserves a friend, as Bob Kong would say. Gotta put a bunch right there. Look at that shape. That's a very beautiful bunch of bananas we got going over here. And you know, shoot, let's get crazy. Let's put another little one right here, just coming off right here. Because you know, a bunch of bananas is 5 bananas, so you gotta have 5 little bananas on there. You just pull it down. And you think about the banana shape, and you start with small bananas, and you get to the bigger bananas. And we just gonna put this right here. You know, all those bunch of bananas are connected at the top. And so you're gonna take this again. Make sure you can see that yellow on there. That's a beautiful yellow. I hope y'all can see how lovely these bananas are. Whew, just lovely. Good enough to eat. Mwah. All right. Just gonna put that in right there and just make those lovely bananas. Lovely bunch. Oh my goodness. I'm just so proud of those. You know, shoot, don't get too crazy though, because then you're gonna be painting bananas all over your picture, and they just lose track. Like Bob Kong says, if you let them go too much, they take over the whole painting. So we just gonna put in some of them lovely colors right here. And you know, there needs to be a little bit of brown on banana because bananas do not keep very well unless you're a monkey and you know how to keep them. We're gonna put a little bit brown on them. Some burnt umber. We're just gonna take a little bit of that burnt umber and we're gonna put some on there. Just to give a little bit of detail. Just a little bit of a detail. Take it. And we're gonna put some right there. Right there. Let's give it some detail. Nice looking. You gotta put this up here because you know that little weird peel at the top. I don't know the technical term for it, but it's got a name and it connects them all. I guess it's part of the vine that died. I don't know. I mean, I'm not here to tell you how to make bananas. I'm telling you how to draw bananas, but I don't know how to make them. I think they grow on trees. I think. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. All right, we're just gonna put a little detail. Let's get crazy. Just a little detail and a little indication that banana's getting a little bit ripe, just a little bit ripe. And there you go. You have a lovely bunch of bananas. Dee-dee-dee. There they are, standing in a row. Thank you so much for that donation.
Oh, that looks great, if I do say so myself.
That looks right. Delicious. I'm salivating.
Those bananas look like they're just about ready to be made into some tasty bread.
Yeah. Or pudding or whatever you know, bananas are very versatile. You can pretty much boil them, mash them, put them in a stew if you wanted.
I can tell you something that wasn't very good. One time I tried to pickle bananas. Not the best choice.
Oh, honey. Why would you pickle a banana? Why would you pickle?
We did a segment called Will It Pickle? And it did not.
Well, now we know. There's a science for today. That's what you learn at Kong College. Now give me my 2 coins.
You ain't gonna skedaddle with this information without paying Wrinkly Kong or doo-doos.
Real banana for scale. I'm just gonna put that on the platypus right there.
Oh yeah, I see it.
And there we go. There's our bananas. Thank you so much, everybody, for them wonderful donations. Can we talk about what we're donating to?
We sure can. We are raising money for the Starlight Children's Foundation, which brings joy and fun experiences to children in children's hospitals and other healthcare facilities across the U.S. Since their founding in the 1980s, I can't remember the specific year, they have brought joy to over 16 million children who are needing some in current healthcare facilities getting treatment they need so that they can feel better and their families don't have to worry about, taking care of their kid. Like they can just take care of their kid. They don't have to worry about, making sure they have things to entertain them. The Starlight helps do that for them. And especially nowadays with how COVID is and the lack of visitation, the fear of, being able to go out to fun places, especially for anyone who's immunocompromised. It's important that we consider, making sure these kids who are in those hospitals can have as good of an experience as possible during these lockdown times. So every single cent you donate goes straight to Starlight Children's Foundation. You can donate at donate.banana.us, join the Banana Bus, and we'll take it to lots of Starlight programs. We've already, during this marathon, we've already reached the goal of delivering a full Starlight gaming station to one hospital. The hospital we were paired with was a hospital in New York City. When Starlight contacted us and they said, we have a child who's been in a hospital in New York City for over 100 days without any sort of good entertainment system there for them. Can you help us, Zeldathon Team, possibly with helping us raise enough money to bring some more entertainment to that hospital? So that's what we've done here. We reached that goal, but every additional penny we get goes towards additional hospitals that need Starlight programs. And so that's what we're doing here today.
It just brings joy to my heart just knowing that we're doing things with our video games that people have never done before, and I love it. If you would have told me 20, 40 years ago that me and Cranky were going to be part of something bigger than us, we wouldn't have believed you.
The more I think about it, it feels like being in a hospital is already scary, but imagine like if you're a kid and you have to be in a hospital, that's real scary, especially in these times too. I'm really sorry, Winkly Kong, for shooting my snowballs at you. But being a kid in a hospital is real scary, and Starlight Children's Foundation is doing as much as they can to make sure all these kids and young ones are not like being distracted as much as possible with fun arts and crafts, games, and all their sorts of crafts like that. And I think that's just a wonderful thing.
Indeed, indeed. Frosty, how do you keep all them snowballs in your hat?
There's a whole little storage compartment. You know how the like chests have a little hidden compartment underneath it. It's a limitless bag of holding inside of my hat. I like to keep it on for just a special occasion.
I see. That's a pretty nice hat, though. Did it cost you top dollar?
That top hat did cost me top dollar. Especially, don't tell a Wrinkly Kong this, but I had to commission a Funky Kong in order to get that cannon mechanism to work correctly.
Not good for nothing.
Oh, I apologize, Wrinkly Kong. I didn't mean for you to hear that.
These old ears hear a lot of things. Probably not the right things, but they hear things. Can't buy them off Amazon. Actually, yes, you can.
Little fiddlesticks, it looks like I've been foiled.
And as a reminder, you can still donate $5 for some amazing Wrinkly Kong lore, or a $15 donation will do a Tabasco. Did we do a Tabasco jelly bean for the $100 donation?
I can't remember if we did.
Well, it's probably worth another one anyway.
Yeah, indeed. I will definitely do another one.
That banana plane made a strong impression on me. You certainly clinched it for me. I forgot if you got a Tabasco jelly bean inside you.
We got excited about our painting. That sometimes happens when you're painting. Everybody put your hands in the air like you just don't care.
Oh, jeez, I apologize for exploding like that and revealing my inside coin.
How embarrassing.
It's a nice coin, though. Gonna buy me dental insurance. Because when I get done with all these jelly beans...
You're gonna take it back from Kira?
Take that.
Alright, now, I have a question for you. Did you also take your life insurance?
Well, that I don't know. Because I had already previously years had taken out my share of life insurance policy that I had on Wrinkly, so don't tell him I said that. This is how I bought the Super Nintendo.
The SNES. That's the greatest way to use your life insurance. Darn Skippy.
I don't suggest doing that. Nothing we say here on Zeldathon or anywhere in life. Zeldathon, internet, anything. Don't take us. We're satire only.
For legal reasons, please don't take out your life insurance to buy a Super Nintendo Entertainment System.
Wrinkly Kong may be a woman of all sorts of things, but legal advice is not one of them.
No, you gotta ask Lawyer Kong. Very Kong.
Oh no, my barrel done went the wrong. Oh, the barrel. Bless. Dang a barrel that wants to go the wrong way. Dang a barrel that wants to break on his head. Oh Lord. And he gonna take a life? You took 2 of my barrels and a life. And ooh. Ooh.
He took your life too? Oh no.
Why you gotta talk about me being a ghost? That is so sad. Listen now. Okay, so Super MC Gamer, the amazing Super MC Gamer, I must add, was playing Donkey Kong Country Returns, and then Wrinkly Kong had Cranky Kong had the audacity to talk about, look at this shack they shoved me in. And I'm like, oh, look at you. They made me dead. They ghosted me. Like, don't even talk about your little shack that they gave you. They turned me into a full-on ghost and made me wear a cap too. Sorry, that just makes me mad. No justice for the Wrinkly. I'm very scared because it suddenly went silent in my ears.
The ghost of the Kong family is haunting you, Miss Wrinkly Kong.
I was gonna say the voice in my head is no longer talking. But that's a better way to put it. No, my barrel. Why does my barrels always go that way? Chat, why does my barrels go that way? Why can't it be like a normal barrel? Sorry, Wrinkly Kong is losing. She's going back to her teenage days.
Now, I would love to hear what those teenage days were like, but I think we need to get them $5 donations in first, before you can lap your lips.
Dang a bee that wants to be right there. Oh, he's there! Now don't get nervous,
Sorry.
chat. Don't get nervous,
I
chat.
didn't
It's okay.
expect to be gone so long. I went to go get some more water, and I opened up my water bottle. It didn't smell so good, so I had to wash it real fast.
Oh yeah.
Were you having a chat with Judy Kong, our family lawyer?
Oh yes, we were having a chat. Had to speed dial her.
Ooh.
Judy Kong.
I don't know if you call it speed running, but I think we okay, I'm just gonna back this. Okay, listen, we're just gonna ease this barrel into you. It's not gonna hurt very much. It's just gonna make you go bye-bye. Yeah, I don't know if we call it speed running, but I think we trying to do something. This level definitely gave me all sorts of fits. I practiced it at 4 a.m. last night, and let me tell you, I was not a happy camper.
Oh my goodness, Wrinkly Kong up at 4 a.m.?
Early monkey gets the banana.
That is true, but we don't want to see you give up the ghost.
Oh, listen, okay, we're just gonna fly. You know, sometimes there's only so many times you can try to hit a bee with a... Ooh, there's a bee and there's a thing.
We do have an interested party in your teenage years, Miss Wrinkly Kong, from Osiris, who donated 5 buckaroos. And they said they're asking about your teenage years.
Well, I was just like any other teen. I went through the phases, and in my teenage years, they had the flared pants, and of course the flower power. We talked about that, and I wouldn't say I was rebellious, but I just had a better way of thinking. I told my monkey parents that I had a better way of doing things. You know, you don't open the banana from the top side, you open it from the bottom side. But no, would they listen? Absolutely not. Well, who's laughing now? Who's got the bananas now?
You do, Miss Wrinkly Kong. I reckon they were just, some traditions are just wrong.
I'm scared.
You mentioned something about flower power as well. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
It was all peace, love, and bananas back in the day, and we would wear flour sacks. So that's where our flower power came from. Oh Lord, there's a copter.
Is this in the same line as Oh Lord, the Tabasco?
Oh Lord, they're coming.
All of them, they learned how to fly.
So I've learned just a couple of hours ago that some sunflowers like to be as hell as hardy as a few meters wide. Now, in your time as your youth, Miss Wrinkly Kong, have you seen any sunflowers as the size of a football field or even lower, some sorts? Some people are reporting that they're pretty large, if you're catching my drift.
You know, I ain't seen a real sunflower. I mean, I've seen the fake ones they have at the dollar store, but I don't think I have seen a real sunflower. And the one at the dollar store is very small, so I guess, oh, he was there. I guess they ain't to proportionate size.
Those are some wise words, Miss Wrinkly Kong. In addition to that, Bananas as a whole has donated $5. You know, that's quite interesting to me. When I think about it, it's like, bananas, that's like our money, right? So money is donating money to Starlight Children's Foundation. And whoever is masking themselves as the whole of bananas, the concept of money, is telling us, Miss Wrinkly, give us some words of wisdom.
If you're disguising yourself as bananas, which are a currency in my world, and you're giving us money, that means you need to give double the money. See, it's a metaphor. You give double the money. So I think that's a good challenge for everybody. Give the money and give them more money. And then you got lots of money that you've given to people who give people more money to do things with. What kinds of things are we doing with this money?
We are using it to benefit Starlight Children's Foundation to provide arts and craft games and other such fun interactive spaces to children in
VR.
hospitals.
VR.
VR, that sounds like a complicated technology. Has Funky Kong perfected that yet?
I don't think he has. I think he tried to make it with a piece of steel and a coconut gun, but I don't think it worked out very well. I think there's still coconut all over the living room.
Did it fire in spurts?
It did.
Did it hit you? Did it kind of hurt?
It did get me, but poor Diddy Kong, he just got thwacked upside the head and he ain't been right since.
Has he made the next one bigger, faster, and stronger too?
Indeed.
I don't reckon he made a VR, I reckon he made a gun.
Now listen here, you can't do that to me now. I was not prepared.
Oh,
Oh, snap. That's a whole thing on fire. I'm sorry. It's very warm in this costume and I need some water.
some water.
Some water?
Oh, look, he's back again. And, I'd say it's about time, too. What do you think, Frosty? Do you think this time he's in the mood?
I do think he's in the mood. What kind of mood, Miss Clinky?
To donate to the children's fund. That's a great mood to be in. That brings out the holly jolly spirits. In this season of giving. I mean, well, not quite the season of giving, but we're getting there and we're kicking it off with this wonderful, wonderful time.
You know, Kitty Kong's got no style and he's got no grace.
Diddy
In
Kong
fact-
has a funny
No.
face?
Kitty Kong.
Kitty Kong does have a funny face.
Yeah.
But can he handstand when he needs to?
And what was that next part?
And stretch his hands just for you.
Yeah. I don't know if Kitty Kong can stretch his hands.
I don't think he can. I don't think Kitty Kong can really do anything. He rolls really well, and he means well, but I don't think his mama ain't done a very good job teaching him the Kong ways of protecting the island. You know, we're all up here throwing hands and doing what we do to protect our property, and he's just kind of there. But we love him. You know, I wouldn't trade him for the world. He's the cutest little grandbaby ever. He's just so soft and cuddly, and Lord, if he starts crying, the whole neighborhood knows it.
He really does have the vim, verve, and vigor out of a busy bee. Buzzing all around with them tears and that strength. Look, he's climbing up that rope all by himself.
You know, it's
Up,
actually a
up,
lot
arm strength.
harder to climb with your arms than your legs when it comes to climbing a rope. He's not using his legs at all. That's pretty impressive.
I mean, he ain't got no legs, but I mean, he tried.
They're kind of just dangling when he climbs. And when he runs, they're kind of just like hanging. They look kind of like they're just hanging there too. Can he even use his legs? I don't know. They almost look like they don't have bones in them.
Oh, they look just like jelly.
I can't right now, y'all.
He might not be the sharpest tool in the shed, but he's got some upper arm strength.
But he lacks some legs. Just kind of went up into the arm area, and hey, I mean, it's all good and fine. He'll get to leg day one day. Maybe Funky Kong can take him to leg day.
Alright, Miss Wrinkly Kong, I have a big question for you. I feel like all of Chat Rubicus also had this question in the back of their mind, and I'm just bringing it out to the forefront. And this ain't hogwash, let me tell you. So you've been in all them save caves, right? Your house, your little dobe, your little den. But I've been spying in, and these caves of yours, your little homes, they're everywhere. How are you in all these places everywhere at the same time?
That's because Wrinkly Kong is she's not quite a being. She is kind of a celestial being, if you will, and she is kind of, her world knows no bounds. She's kind of everywhere. While Cranky Kong can't get rid of me.
You said she's a celestial being. I've never heard of a celestial being. Is that like a llama being?
No, it's like a star or a otherworldly.
Miss Wrinkly Kong, are you trying to say that that you're God? Oh my goodness gracious.
I'm not trying to say no. I'm not trying to say that. I'm more of a spirit.
Spirit being?
A spirit being.
Is that, can those be used like refried beans?
Maybe. Only on Tuesdays.
I do like the cut of that jib.
Oh, gravy. Oh, no. The thing about these games too is you can't second guess yourself. You have to make decisions based on what's going on, and you can't sit there and wonder, should I jump or shouldn't I not jump? And the answer's always jump and hope for the best.
Gotta make them leaps of faith.
And right now, I have no faith in anything I am doing. The only faith I have in is chats and their wonderful ability to raise the money for the kiddies.
Kitties like Kitty Kong. Except if Kitty Kong was in a hospital. I didn't have a good segue.
Not a maltiller.
In a Segway, what you drive? Isn't that a type of car or vehicle or something?
Something like that.
I reckon it is some sort of vehicular device.
Ask Funky about it.
That'll be on next on my list.
You probably put a horde in that one too.
I got my monkey back. It's like a scooter. Oh, okay. But does it have a horn though? Can it go beep beep? Like the great attribute our family is known for.
The most important question.
Ooh, goodness gravy.
It's lost a bit, Lord knows the Kremlins are trying to send Kitty Kong to the hospital. Them unsavories, we gotta mix with them. Gotta jackboot them back to wherever they come from, because they're impeding on our land in Konglandia. Especially with them pirates in the second game, and now they're nudists here? Like, I don't understand.
Kremlings need clothes 2021.
I reckon And that's why they stole all the bananas again. It's because they want to buy clothes. They were real jealous of your younger days of being a fashion designer. Maybe they're just trying to take all the bananas so they can hire Candy Kong
Maybe.
to make some clothes for them. They're trying to be a fashion group. The new, the newest boy band.
I don't know what I just did there, but I just did it and I survived. Ooh, I didn't survive that though. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm zero in, focused in, and Grandma loves you though. Grandma Wrinkly loves you. And I hope all you kitties are having a wonderful day.
Sure am.
Oh,
Reckon those copter baddies have practiced helmet safety before they turn on their mission?
I don't believe they have. Oh, I do believe I decided to come the wrong way. Gremlin Clothes Charity from I'm gonna save really quick because I don't trust myself.
When you're safe and you all have visited yourself, though.
Yeah, we gotta see what that old Wrinkly's up to. Still sleeping. You go night-night, girl. You do your thing. We won't disturb you.
Wow, I do see a lava lamp there clicking around.
Yeah.
I reckon y'all wouldn't know the time because I think I lost a little bit of it. And could y'all by chance tell me how much longer we have in this run?
We got about 36 minutes.
Okay. We'll do the best we can. Sometimes Grandma Kong, Wrinkly Kong, she gets on island time and the DK island time, and she just loses track.
What time zone is DK time in?
Central.
Central. It's very informative.
I don't know why I took the most roundabout way. I should have known better. I know you can like take these guys out and turn them into clam chowder, but I kind of just want to leave them alone because I don't trust myself.
I believe in yourself, Grandma.
Oh no, I don't want to do the bonus. Bonuses are nice, but not when Grandma's already pressed for time. I do believe my little fin is a little bit longer than that spot right there. Jungle time. That's right. Grandma is on rainforest time, and sometimes I just, the older I get, the days get just longer and longer, and I get slower and slower. Next thing you know, it takes me 20 hours to do one thing. Used to take me 5.
You ever been much of a swimmer yourself? You're navigating these waters, this dark waters, pretty expertly, like a dog-eared hammer.
I would say I was a good swimmer. My parents did pay for some swimming lessons. But I like the lazy river best myself. Just chilling, just floating on the raft of life.
As the young apes these days in the family would say, you're just vibing.
Indeed. I like that. I'm just vibing. I'm learning new words every day, I tell you.
What's your favorite word, Miss Wrinkly Kong?
My favorite word?
Your favorite word?
Well, my favorite word is gravy. Because gravy is very nice.
Do you make a banana gravy?
I believe you can. I ain't never ventured that far, but you know, I'm not no expert chef for no definite. Well, poor Cranky, he's like skin and bones. I don't know how to cook, you know. But I do
You like
have
to
a
give
nice.
him some banana bread.
I do make a nice banana bread, and I do make a nice gravy, and I actually have a gravy boat. Just chilling with us, as the young kids say. And y'all want to guess the color of that gravy boat? Would anybody like?
Colored.
Would anybody like to guess what color that gravy boat is?
I'm guessing nanner color.
Nanner color. Okay. That's a good guess.
Kind
Chat,
of
you want to
obvious.
guess?
Help us out, chat roomicus.
That fish looked like he wanted a kiss.
Yeah, it did. He was awfully close. I don't even think I found the halfway barrel. I see purple, I see white, I see banana yellow. Those are all good guesses. My gravy boat is purple, and it's here with me, and it's collecting all my trash, so just ignore that. It's collecting all my stuff, but I have a purple gravy boat. That's a Wrinkly Kong heirloom right there from the Goodwill.
The wheel of goods.
The Wheel of Goods.
You got your gravy boat when you were knee-high to a grasshopper?
Actually, no. I got it when I was older, and it came from Swanky. It was a prize at Swanky's tent, and Cranky won it for me.
Oh,
I told y'all
shucks,
he's
it's
sweet.
pretty wholesome.
I told y'all he's sweet. Because, you know, purple's my favorite color. Gotta match your accessories. I take that gravy boat everywhere. What?
Miss Clinket, what would you say your favorite word is?
Wow. I guess it's wow, because that's what I said.
Wow, I didn't quite expect that one.
Wowie.
That's a good word.
My favorite word is wow. Frosty, what's your favorite word?
Oh gosh, I wasn't expecting this one. I do reckon my favorite word is ultramicroscopic silicovolcanoconiosis.
And why is that?
Well, it's because it's quite a horrible disease when you inhale volcanic dust, and sometimes children do get it too and have to be hospitalized. But we're putting in work today at the Starlight Children's Foundation to make sure that those kids inflicted with pneumono ultramicroscopic silicovolcanoconiosis have something to do while they're recovering from their nasty disease.
But if it's a disease, why is it your favorite word?
Sometimes some words can't be explained.
Wow. Very well.
He did pull it off twice, because I'd be sitting there.
Who's this?
Oh, this guy? The bear?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Benny?
I don't
Is that who
know.
Benny is? Who is Benny? And why does he have these chairlifts?
We old folks need to get around somehow now, okay? When I proposed it to Funky to make us a way to get around and called it the chairlift, ran by Vines, he thought I was crazy, so I had to get a bear up in here to do the job for me. Oh Lord, it's him again. He says none of them have fallen, but I don't believe it because I see fallen monkeys everywhere. Which is why I tell my grandkids, when you're crossing the jungle, look both ways and make sure to look out for fallen monkey. Oh, nope. That's a hop to chopper. Oh, there's another one. Chad, are we going to beat this game and what we say? It's probably 20 minutes now. We got 20 minutes. Chat, we going to beat this game? Can these monkeys do it?
I have faith in your children, Miss Wrinkly Kong, that you're gonna get your life insurance back, the one that you didn't spend on your Super Nintendo Entertainment System.
Well, we gotta bring up the past.
Well, peace without truth is poison. Might as well reveal it all barehanded.
Woo! Yeah, watch out for these guys. These fish scare me. They hurt you just enough, but I think they're planning something. I think they're plotting, and not just my demise. I think they're just plotting to take over the whole world.
Within puffy cheeks, you can be certain they're scheming up something dastardly. What exactly are they scheming? How would they take over the whole world with just fish?
Oh, goodness gracious.
Take over the world with fish.
Alright, you turkey, let's get you out of here. I was shooting the eggs at the turkey and the turkey didn't take it. Must have been wearing a helmet.
I took legal advice from Wrinkly and now own multiple Super Nintendos. Oh, jeez. Well,
Only multiple?
only multiple. I hope everything's all tickety-boo with you, Hannah-Beth. That was a big decision of yours. I'm glad you made the right call. The right call is not purchasing any more Super Nintendos or following Wrinkly Kong's legal advice.
Oh, goodness, Craven. I do declare, I think this wig is gonna go far, far away from me. We are gonna depart our ways very soon.
Gonna get another one from Amazon.
I had already did.
It's coming for your Amazon drone right now.
Another one of Funky's machines, robots, drone, whatever.
Oh, I'm just saying that because Funky Kong likes to drone on and on about his little tinker inventions.
I'm gonna tell him you said that.
As we approach the end of this segment, too, just a reminder, you can still get your final donations in. $5 for some Wrinkly Kong lore, and $15 for another Tabasco jelly bean.
How
And
many?
I'd love to have some last opportunities for myself and Frosty to read your generous donation messages with these wonderful accents that we've been putting on for y'all today.
Except Wrinkly Kongs is real.
In this neck of the woods, yeah. I don't think we ever heard of your aspirations for your kids, Ms. Wrinkly Kong. I reckon we ought to get some $5 donations so we can see what the future is in hold in store for them.
Oh, goodness gravy. Have we gotten a donation for that?
Not yet.
Oh, okay. I was making sure y'all wasn't waiting on me for some insights. Now, don't you take me out at this last bit of this level. What are the parameters of this speed run? Hope for the best.
It's the jazzercise and painting percent.
Indeed. Can we just enjoy this beautiful landscape, though? Look, I mean, this stuff is just... Immediately loses monkey. Ignore the monkey that got stolen from behind the curtain. We're just appreciating the scenery here. Oh, goodness. I don't trust TNT barrels since 1985.
What went wrong with them after that?
Yeah, I was gonna say you trust them before 1985.
Well, you see, a set had gone wrong on the when I was fighting King Kong with Godzilla, and I had gotten burned pretty bad from a walking TNT barrel. So I don't trust them. I don't know if they're gonna move or not, or if they're gonna be just sitting there for me to pick up. So I just kind of ease up on them. You got to scare them first and make sure they don't move. And then once you make sure they don't move, because if you jump out and you scare them and they don't move, they're safe. But if they move, they ain't safe. Neither is that bee.
It's been burned into my retinas, but Kitty Kong's dangling. His feetsies are like moving with like twice the amount of joints it should have.
He ain't got no knees or ankles. It's just kind of like one little noodle. But we gonna work on that. We gonna work on that. He's gonna go leg day soon. Oh well, there went my TNT. Gotta do things the old-fashioned way, I guess.
Brings back memories, huh?
Yep.
If only we could hear more about them memories.
I have lots of them. Oh, goodness gravy. But we're okay. There's a barrel back here.
I was gonna ask, how many memories do you say you have? And I was like, how do you quantify how many memories you got? There's gotta be some science done on this. We got a Einstein Kong over here.
Well, it depends on the ridges of your cerebral cortex and your medulla oblongata. And right now, my cerebral cortex and my medulla oblongata are as smooth as possible. So, a whole 24 memories. You are not wrong. 24.
Nah, I reckon that you got a lot more wrinkly brain than that.
Do you say that because my whole head be wrinkles?
I do not think this was If you're not wrinkly Kong after all, you're smoothie Kong. Donate to unlock all 24 memories.
all of this is on the fly, and I'm trying my best to hold into character, but sometimes, sometimes the magic happens, and I think that was one of the times. Oh. Ooh. Almost lost my fanny pack.
Oh my.
What is Wrinkly Kong keeping her fanny pack?
Well, today she ain't got nothing. She ain't got nothing. I mean, I do have, that's a lie. I have the inspector tag in it that says inspected by number 12. I don't know who number 12 is, but they ensured the quality of my designer fanny pouch, fanny pack, kangaroo pouch, whatever you want to call it. They were all the rage in the 1990s. Couldn't go to Disney World without a fanny pack.
Was it the 12th memory?
I unfortunately believe we may have been defeated on our run of this game, and I am so sorry to disappoint, but you guys did not disappoint with your lovely donations for the children. So thank y'all so much for that. Wrinkly Kong may have became Smoothie Kong real fast and riper than a 3-day-old banana. But you know what? We did a good job here, everybody. Y'all did great. I want to give y'all a round of applause. I don't know if we'll ever beat this game, but y'all did us proud in this segment.
Minutes.
I'm claiming defeat because I just got a game
There's
over.
still time.
I just got my first game over. Real talk though, like real segue into real life since we're unlocking childhood memories here. I was terrified as a kid of this game over screen. Absolutely terrified. I cried every time it came on. Like, I had a huge meltdown. It's like, don't let me get a game over in Donkey Kong Country 3 because the monkey's gonna be crying and I can't handle it. And you know what my parents decided to get me for Christmas that year? Just guess what my parents decided to get me for Christmas that year that I was having the huge freak out over Donkey Kong Country 3.
Game Genie.
That would have been really nice, but no. They bought me a baby monkey stuffed animal that was crying and put it in a shoebox for Christmas. I thought that was the thing to give me for Christmas. It's like, here, this traumatizes our child. Let's buy it and immortalize it.
Oh my gosh. We just got a $100 donation from Less Than 3 saying we love you.
Well, thank you. I love you too. Y'all are the best.
This has been a very, very successful segment for raising donations. So yeah, I wanted. We still got some time left. You know, another 14 minutes. But I wanted to give you a round of applause for just doing a great job for your first segment here. So.
Thank y'all so much.
I'm sorry, I forgot. I dropped the accent on accident.
No, it's okay. It's been we're all smooth brain. It's okay.
Well, it's only 4:41 p.m. here, so I shouldn't be losing things yet.
But no. Thank y'all so much for allowing me to be here because it was a dream to get, I mean, like, I literally cried when I got the message of, hey, we picked you for our segment, and it was a dream since I've been watching the Zeldathon since, oh goodness, like 2013? Like, a long time. I've been watching Zeldathon for a very long time, and I always said to myself, I'm going to make it to Zeldathon. I'm going to be on Zeldathon, and just, I put it in my mind of, like, I don't know how this is gonna happen, but it's gonna happen, and I want to do that. And, so I got sick, like, queasy, just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening. And then I cried, and then I had an existential crisis for like 3 days. And and then the worst part of it all was I was cheeky and was like, I will dress like Wrinkly Kong and play Donkey Kong Country 3, and they're not gonna pick it, but I'm gonna say I'm gonna do it anyways. And then all of a sudden, 2 days later, I get the notification, and it's like, I really don't have this costume. So off to Amazon I went, and within like 3 days, I primed everything. So I just got the shoes in 2 days ago, and I did not try them before stream, so my feet are mad. But it's great. So, but it's truly amazing, and thank y'all so much. Y'all do all the amazing stuff here. Y'all do everything, and you know, I'm just thankful to have the opportunity. I really appreciate it so much.
I'm sure you didn't imagine if you were ever going to participate in a Zeldathon event that it would be through Donkey Kong.
I was so happy to, like, in my mind, in my little pea brain, because I'm new to the world, kind of, sort of ish, and I was like, if I have to go beg to just be a coffee runner for Zeldathon, I will do it, just to say that I got invited to Zeldathon. So yes, to be running a game is like amazing, because all I was hoping for was just to be the coffee runner. So
Imagine if you had a coffee runner. Coffee.
I promise, like, that was just, again, this is my little pea brain. This is my dog-sized kibble brain. I was like, I will beg them to let me be the coffee runner. I will be the runner for all the things.
I'm just picturing, like, the little coffee machine at the Mars Hotel. It's like, not that far outside the marathon room.
Yes, Mr. MC, what do you want in your coffee?
With the little cups that, like, and then, like, people putting we put tape over the labels so people wouldn't know the name of the hotel. Just running back and forth. MC's got his pinkies out. Oh, I will have my coffee with 2 packets of sugar.
You got that sweet and low?
Yes.
But it better come from the pink pack, not the blue pack.
All requested for being from the blue pack, not from the pink pack. But for serious though, may we be much better for your involvement in Zeldathon and the Kinstone team.
Thank y'all so much. I accept this award. But no, I really appreciate it. And chat, thank y'all so much for being so kind to me. I didn't know. I was so nervous all day today because I knew I played games like garbage. Like, I knew that. But I was just nervous all day. I'm like, how is chat gonna react to me? I mean, like, this chat's lovely. Like, this is some of the best chat I have seen on Twitch, on the internet, period, end of story. But I just didn't know how everybody was going to react to me, and it was like, what if this goes wrong, what if that goes wrong, and what if I just, like, freeze up and don't know what I'm doing, because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just here taking up space.
You want to know a secret? We don't know what we're doing either. That's right.
But everybody has made me feel at home here, so I appreciate it so much. Thank y'all. I don't want to get teary-eyed, but like I literally that's where I'm at because I just love Zeldathon and everything it stands for so much.
I definitely do sympathize with what you're feeling from when you first got that like message though. When MC first invited me at like my first Pokethon, I was just standing there gawping as if I were a cow ordered to dance a reel. It was just a real gobsmacking astounding thing.
It's 3 a.m. emotion time.
See, I wasn't really truly invited. Like, so for me, Basoonify was there may have been a certain Zeldathon team member who was inebriated at the time and just invited Basoonify to Zeldathon. and then realized it later and actually invited him. And then Basoonify didn't know that he could ask for a spouse to come with him, so I didn't even go to Champions. And then later on they were like, oh yeah, Klinka, here, you should come too. And that's how I came to Zeldathon. Sometimes it works that way.
That is amazing. I love it.
Last few chances to get your donations in for Wrinkly Kong.
Yeah,
got about
what y'all
7
gonna
minutes
ask
left.
Wrinkly Kong? Oh, I do not want the bonus barrel. Just trying to get through. Unfortunately, I think my goose is cooked on this game. But
How far are we in it?
a whole new world.
A dazzling place I never knew.
On this Conga Island here with you. I'm not gonna sing, chat, don't worry. That's why this is why DPG, Wrinkly Kong, whatever you want to call her, this is why she does not get to sing happy birthday for anybody, because they all end up crying. I cry if I had to listen to myself too.
Ironically, I've been listening to the Donkey Kong Country 3 Jangle Bells song for the past 10 minutes.
Ironically or unironically?
One of the two might be applicable for this one. We can all sing Jangle Bells, which is likely legally distinct Jingle Bells.
Jangle Bells?
That's right. It is an official track of the Donkey Kong Country 3 original soundtrack.
Jangle Bells.
You're telling me that there's some jingle bells in this game somewhere, and I can have the spirit of giving all year round when I listen to this song?
I think so, yeah. I don't know how to access level. I've just... No, I think a quick Google shirks is in order here.
Oh, well, here we go. We are similar, but yet to legally distinct from the Lollipop Guild. Y'all, we are the Lollipop Guild. I just don't know what's going to happen here.
Put in a secret code and all the bonus levels become Xmas themes?
What? You learn something every day. That is
I've learned a lot this segment.
What's the greatest thing we could learn from this segment, though?
That it wasn't necessarily about beating the game. It was about the wrinkly friends we made along the way.
You can't just call
Who isn't wrinkly
you can't call your friends wrinkly.
I reckon we can call them wrinkly brained.
Oh well, yes, but just wrinkly in general.
The wrinkly brain friends we met along the way.
if you just say to your friend, "Hey, you're looking wrinkly today," I'm pretty sure that would get you a lovely set of hands.
I feel like that should be a new slang. Like, you call someone wrinkly, it means you're smart. Man, that was so wrinkly. It means that it was smart.
It's the new pug.
Wrinkly champ.
Is that on the level of the
Steal
sun
your
stairs?
tails, guys. It's no longer pug. It's wrinkly. That was a wrinkly play.
Yo, dog, that was so wrinkly.
Well, I think we lost I think we lost this train. Train of thought, train of help, train track, train everything.
Darn.
No, this is normal.
Can we plug that charity one more time? Just because it's an awesome charity and everybody does need to hear it. And I like to hear it. I like to hear it. It makes my heart happy.
Absolutely. I would. You know, this charity is really wrinkly. We're raising money for the Starlight Children's Foundation, which brings joy and enrichment to children who are in children's hospitals and other healthcare facilities around the U.S. They, provide video games, VR experiences, cool interactive spaces, toys, art supplies, games, comfortable hospital wear and cool hospital wear, just to try and make the experience of being in the hospital for these kids a little bit more normal, a little bit more like being a kid, less scary, less boring, make it more colorful and enjoyable while they're there, so that they don't have to think about being sick as much. They can have their escape. Them and their families can just focus on making sure that the kid recovers and can leave the hospital as soon as possible. So yeah, that's what we're here raising money for. Every single penny you donate goes directly to Starlight Children's Foundation, and we've got about we got a little over 12 hours left of this this little mini marathon we're doing this weekend, Banana Slamma. And so yeah, just keep donating, and all your donations are gonna go there. And yes, there's the link, donate.banana.us, the banana bus. Join the banana bus, and let's enrich the lives for some kids.
Join the banana bus. It's wrinkly.
The wrinkly bananas.
Now listen here.
I regret that.
I think that is all for me.
Sad face. Oh yeah, we're here. Next we got Rom Scout, who's doing the Game Boy Shuffle. I'll turn it over to you now, and you can do your outro.
I don't know how to do an outro, but
Tell people who you are, where they can find you.
I'm here, there, and everywhere. You can find me everywhere. But no, thank you. My name is Dr. Pepper Gamer, and you can find me on like literally everywhere. I do TikToks, I do Twitch, Twitter, all these wonderful things. But I just want to thank everybody for the amazing support in this, and also I hope you enjoyed this segment as much as I did, and I hope y'all had fun with it. We did the best we could with what we had, and bless them, Clinket and Frosty had to put up with me, so thank y'all for that.
Thank you for putting up with us.
And I appreciate
it. It should be that way, yeah.
But Banana Slamma is not stopping yet. We still got some fun time. So everybody, I will see you guys in chat. Y'all have a great night. Keep those donations going. Let's blow this out of the water. And I appreciate y'all so much, and y'all are wonderful. And I hope y'all have a beautiful day tomorrow.
See y'all soon.
See y'all.